Hey guys, it's Epic Underworlds. Today I'll be choosing the top 5 winners of the card event. I couldn't select 1 or 2 winners, I had to select 5 in this, and they will receive a shout out and some recognition for their hard work. This event is actually make the best card you can for your card game, and I was hoping that it would inspire people to really go further with their art and research behind cards in their game. You shouldn't focus on a set, you should focus on each individual card and make it the best you can. So that was the idea for this set. I'll be making a post showing all the entries after I make this video, but I'll be choosing my top 5 favorites in this. So let's get started. The first one has to be Chuckleberry by HTCG. A super awesome entry. On the surface, it's just like a goofy little turtle, but if you go behind, he'd made a video talking about the research and design behind this card. The name Chuckleberry is from his pet turtle that he got on his birthday, hence the little birthday hat here. So he tied that and his pet turtle died. So he added like a little skeletal arm and like a cracked shell to resemble that, and it ties into the ability because when this is placed on the right column, your opponent's cards lose 15 health, so representing his right arm being dead, it deals damage. Really awesome tie-in right there. I just think a lot of good thought was put behind this card. So that was Chuckleberry by HTCG. Okay, next we have a really impressive entry by TCG. He's an awesome colored pencil trading card game creator in the community, and he made a kind of dual card called the Sculptor and the Destructs. So this duality is, the story behind this is there's this creature that lives in this dome, and it sends out little like figments out in the universe, and some of those figments kind of become twisted and dark, and he realizes that in his dome there's a shadowy figure. He takes a closer look and realizes that it's just his other half. As a creator, you are also a destroyer. And I just think that little lore concept and that idea and that world, he literally built a whole little world within just a flip card. So that is a really good design, and it really impressed me. He also added some other alternate editions of the Sculptor. I personally like this blacksmith looking one. The perspective on it, its little satchel, looks really good. And then we got the Easter Island head one holding a little orb in its mouth. Deck Out, he also made a video talking about his design behind this card, and I definitely recommend you guys check it out. So that was Deck Out. Alright, next we have an entry by Sanity's End TCG. One of the most impressive entry in this whole event, in my opinion. The amount of research, art, concepts that went behind this card is next level. This is kind of the point of the event, to put all of this work behind one single card, and he just really smashed the event. So this would probably be the top winner in the whole contest. It is the Kazulic idol, and he did some research on some prehistoric cultures and kind of was researching mummies, and so the actual little characters on the card are mummies that are kind of coagulating into this giant creature with some Aztecian looking armor. Just love all the historical additions into this card, and just the concept and layout. His card game itself is pretty much just kind of starting. He made a series on his channel showing it. Definitely go check out that series, link in the description. And it's a really impressive new card game, and he kicked off the event with this amazing entry. So if that's not a good reason enough to go check out Sanity's End TCG, then I don't know what is. I really like his concept arts too, just the silhouettes alone. I don't really see concept arts that are silhouettes, so that was really impressive. And here are some of the early sketches he did for designing the card. Just a really well thought out entry. He even did a color palette, testing effects, and the ability relates perfectly because it is related to the graveyard. You can basically kill 6 creatures in your graveyard as long as the card remains in play, or kill this card. It kind of depends on those dead cards to be in play, kind of like how this mummy, to be alive, it depends on those dead mummies. So very well thought out card. I love this little Canva page. You can actually see this if you go onto the Discord event tab and want to check that out. So amazing entry by Sanity's End TCG. This next entry is by RaskmaskOK. It is Trainee Mage, and there's a lot to talk about for this card. First off, it is actually an apprentice to Iris, which is another lore-heavy character in his game. And Iris is mainly around during the wrath of Alto the Menace, which is basically Rhaenys' wife, who's a main character who turned evil, trying to destroy the land. She comes way after the main storyline, and hence the name Trainee Mage. She's following in Iris's footsteps. So the art alone is really good. I love Rathakor's art, his template. The game itself is super fun. And whenever this enemy attacks the core, you get to draw a card, which is a pretty nice ability for a 2/2/2/2. Great effects, counterattack, hits on a 2+, really nice. And then Rathakors likes to do X-Glare versions, which kind of make the art pop. They're basically like the glare versions in Pokemon. These are X-Glares, and this version looks really professional. So you'll probably see this in a future filler set, maybe after 2.7 for his game. And he even made a video talking about more of the lore if you want to check that out. But that is Rathakor's entry. Really impressive, really good on him. Next is actually one of my favorite visually looking cards that was entered by RaskmaskOK. This card just looks crazy. There are hero cards in this game, and basically the heroes have missions to accomplish with the check marks on the side. So like draw 3 cards, shuffle 2 cards. It has the ability to shuffle your hand under the bottom of your deck and exile number of cards from the top of your opponent's deck equal to the number of shuffled this way. So a pretty powerful effect. The main reason I liked it so much, mainly just because it's a handmade card, and the fact that he can pull this off, this level of crazy good art, handmade, the hands, the eyes, the fact that this creature pops out, and the clean looking template is extremely impressive. I really like how there's a little dragon, like a celestial dragon in the background. If you just look at the card right away, you don't notice that till later. I like those sorts of details. The bubbles kind of coming up behind him. Mainly this purple. I asked him how he did it. He used a purple pen and then did like a darker shading behind that to make it pop. And it really looks like it's glowing out of the card. So that was my favorite entry as far as art goes. Really, really impressive entry. An honorable mention as far as really good templates go. This is Alien Star TCG. When you look at this card, it looks really good alone. But when you zoom in, you realize that it was hand-drawn. The template, the only thing that wasn't was the text. And now I'm pretty sure they put the image behind this template on Photoshop, which is a really smart way to do it. But the hand-drawn art on this card is super impressive. So I just want to give that like a little honorable mention right there. I also want to do another honorable mention for Sinister Productions, aka Seth G, aka Mobimon, aka Eternal Existence. He has a lot of different card games and names. He put a lot of effort into this card, and I really think it should deserve a little mention. I'll be doing a post showing all the other entries in the future too, but I think this one's really cool as well. He was reading Cthulhu and kind of his stories by H.P. Lovecraft, and that kind of inspired this card. Eternal Existence is a really awesome game, and I think this just really fits that theme as well. And also for art, I want to do a little mention to Lizard Wizard. I love this style. It's not using fine liners or anything. It's just pure colored pencils. Really impressive right there. I mean, I could spend hours talking about every single entry that was entered. There's so many impressive ones. I think you guys should join the Discord. Just look at the card event and just look at all the amazing cards people have entered, because they're all extremely impressive. People put a lot of hard work, whether it was digital art, whether it was hand-drawn art, and you guys should go check that out. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Congratulations to all the winners that participated and everyone else who just showed themselves that they can make really good cards. Even if you didn't win, just be really proud of your card and let that kind of be the standard for when you make trading cards for your set. I want all of you guys to make the very best card games you can and really change how the community looks at the standard of making card games. So thank you so much for watching. Great job to all the winners. Great job to all the entries, and good luck on your card game.